Welcome everyone. How's it going? Good, I hope. It's Saturday. So Marianne suggested the other day to doing stuff. So I'm going to do, I think, my version of Frankenstein here. And I came up with a cool way to make it look like a comic book type painting. So I found some smaller paper, 11 by 15. So a little better to work on. Let me do my Frankenstein face. This is going to be like a modern day Frankenstein, maybe. I already did one. I'm going to try and make another one. Show you live how I did it. I'm going to start off with the face first, the outline of the face. And then I'm going to paint it in. So I'm going to use black. Let's start with the eyebrows first. We'll put some eyebrows in here like this. I'm trying to make it look symmetrical, so now the eyes, I'm going to try and we'll run the nose down to about here. I want the nose to be wide, like wide nose. There we go. And then the eyes kind of closed. Like he's still on the operating table. Okay. Got some closed eyes. Wide mouth on Frankenstein. Very wide mouth. And he's going to have a square jaw. Look at that. Frankenstein. We'll have high cheekbones on this guy. I did one of these earlier in green. I kind of want to be in this, maybe the dark side I'll do blue and then this side will be green. This time I want to put a long neck on him. Big fat neck. The big Adam's apple. We'll have big shoulders on him here. And some kind of sure. All right. There's Frankenstein face so far. Looks pretty good. give them some ears. You can see I'm doing each side at the same time because I want it to look symmetrical. And for his hair, we're going to kind of make it straight across, kind of. I want to bring down like curly Q, like Superman. And for his the top of his head, I'm going to run it kind of out flat, like the traditional Frankenstein, and kind of back in a little. Black hair. Might as well fill that in right now. Getting ready for Halloween. Lisa and I were playing a party. We got booked to play a Halloween party, so we're still trying to decide what we're gonna dress up, but we don't know what we're gonna dress as. I think I want to cover some of his ear here. All right, there's his. I'm going to try and turn it into like a comic book type picture. Let's make those ears come out a little like this. Yeah. I made this pretty big. I'm not going to have any room for background stuff. That's all right. Let's do the, let's start now. The half of the face is going to be darker than the other. So I'm going to mix some light green and blue. Very light green and some Windsor blue together. And we'll get this like darker green. I'm going to start down here. So I hope everybody's doing good. I was off today, but I had to go in and help somebody this morning. I had to go drive 40 miles north of Seattle to help this person something, because they had to even go to work at 7:15 and they didn't get off till 4:30 tonight. And I was like, I drive over there at 4:30 in the afternoon. The traffic would have been terrible. So I got up early, drove on the freeway to this person's house, and there was no traffic. I was on the bridge, the floating bridge. I was the only person on the bridge. this morning. You know, being Saturday, there's not much in the morning here. So I think I'm gonna do another Halloween scene for a couple days. I want to do like a haunted house up on a mountaintop, and then put some of these characters like in the foreground. Maybe like Dracula and some kind of ghost. The Headless Horseman. Dracula, maybe the werewolf. It's looking pretty good. It's not going to look finished until the very end, because I'll show you how to make it look like a comic book at the very end. It's really fun to do. Whoops. Alright, there's one half of the face. So I'm going to make really bright green. Give them a mixture of brown and burnt sienna. There's a shirt here. Or whatever he has on. Do. All right, light green. Here we go. Wish I had some Halloween music to put on. I don't think I'd get busted for copyright for that. This kind of style art, you can wait. It's actually to wait for the black to dry and then get going. But since I'm making a video, I just happen to start. It seems like it's dry already, so I don't have to worry about hitting the lines. I'm going to go over the lines again one more time once I get all the color put in to make it, you know, really smooth. Pretty cool, huh? Let's see how it's looking. Not bad. This is just a fun project I'm doing here. Let me do the background real quick, and then I'm going to I'll do all the back lines again to make them look nice and clean. Kind of like the way a comic book. And then it's not done yet. I'll show you how to put all the stuff inside. Dark black. This will end up looking like a comic book cover when I'm done. This acrylic paint, I got another project I'm doing. I bought these at Michael's. I always tell you to go into their clearance sale, and I found these for $3. And you can do the artwork on here, and you already have it a frame. So I bought 10 of these for $1 because I have an art show coming up. I thought, well, maybe I'll do some paintings inside there, and I think they'll sell. At the art, we got an arts and crafts show coming up again here in Magnolia. This time it's going to be indoors because it's getting a little chilly outside now already. And it's closer to Christmas time, so we should get a pretty good turnout. And I'll make a bunch of, probably going to do flowers on those panels. All right, there, I got all the background done. All right, let me do the flowers that I'm doing, this kind of style here. Mostly in one color. This is purple. And I'm going to probably do it on these panels. The same style. And I think these will sell. Alright, so now I'm going to clean up the monster. You know, a lot of people call this Frankenstein, but he's actually the monster. Okay? He's the monster in the book Frankenstein. Frankenstein was the doctor, the name of the doctor. But I know everybody calls this Frankenstein. I think he needs fatter eyebrows here. Thicker eyebrows. Very good. Looking good. I'm digging it. Where's my titanium white? Do, 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 do. And let me see if there's anybody watching. There, Rex, Carlax, how's it going? Hola, let me a little straighter shot here. All right, so now once you get this far, if you do Frankenstein, hold on, I need some more white here. I don't know where my titanium white went. Do, 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 do. Mars black. It's bizarre. All right, there we go. Windsor white. All right, so really easy. All you got to do now is we'll put a little white highlights, okay? Like right above the eyebrow. We'll just put some white up there. We're going to put a little white highlight in the ear parts, just a little. A little bit on this side of the cheek. We'll put a little highlight above the lip. And, down this side of the nose, around the nose, under the eye, above the eye here, above the eyebrow there. Just a little bit of highlights. We'll run white on this side of the nose and into the round part of the nose. And we'll run a little bit under the lip, down here on the chin. This side, the white will go on this side of the cheekbone. We can put a little white on the earlobe here and up on here, up on the ear here. Now for the hair, we'll just run a little white here and make really cue more noticeable. And we'll run a little white on this edge and in the back and across the top, just like that. And we'll run a little white on this side of the hair as well, and up in this corner. And we'll hit a little white. It's going to look like a comic book when we're done. A little bit of white on this side of the Adam's apple. Shirt here, and oh, you know, I forgot the things coming out of his neck, so I got to put those in real quick. The bolts. I'll put a higher here. These are those like in the movie. This is where he attached the electricity to these bolts coming out of the side of his neck. Okay? If you remember the old movie Frankenstein, so he had these when he got struck by lightning, hair's going to his neck right there. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Everybody still with me? I got 1 like so far. Let's put a little white under the lip here on this, just a little up here, to see if, all right, now here we go. I'm waiting for these bolts to dry. We'll put a little highlight on the bolts. That's all you need. All right, now we're going to put the rest of the black in. Now this is going to end up looking pretty cool. So for this part, you need like a line brush. This is the part you use to sign your name, the brush. And now what you're just going to, I'll start up here in the forehead area. We're going to put black lines and little indications of things that would look like in a comic book. That's how they do it. They'll just put little hints of lines, and it's going to end up looking really cool. It's going to take some time. I'll try and go fast. Like right around the cheekbone you would run, and maybe add a few more here like this. You don't want to make them too big, too noticeable. Around the eye you would kind of like follow the shape of his eye, the direction. Around the nose you would kind of curve around the nose like this. You don't have to be exactly on the part of the nose. You know what I'm saying. These are just lines to emphasize it a little more. That's all. But you can already see it's starting to look more like what you would see in a comic book. Try and go a little faster. Now on these electrical bolts, we can put like some lines here. It looks like it's vibrating, like there's power coming out of these things. Doesn't that look cool so far? You could hang this up for Halloween. Ripple Frankenstein, or the monster. Now around the eye, you got to put these black lines everywhere, believe it or not. If you want it to look like a comic book, don't be afraid to put extra black lines in there. It just emphasizes the art. Put some lines in all the white like this. I think it looks cool. Look at that. Wow. I think I need a little bit right up in here. Now I'll finish his jacket here, and you could also just follow your brush strokes if you see them in there. Wow, I really like this one. He looks more scary than the one I did earlier. This one looks more, he's not as handsome as the other one. I'm putting a little round things around the ears here. Just to add some cool stuff out. Doesn't that look cool? I had about 9 in here, now it's down to 3. Look how cool that looks, guys. That's how you do a comic book type painting. Wow. It's a modern day Frankenstein monster. I really like that. Let's put some I think I'm gonna make I should have made a short. Some shorts out of this. I have to videotape some of it, but let's put some filter on this. Put a sketch filter. Not so good. Their sketch filter is not the greatest. There's a haunt. That's the haunt one. Here's silver. Silver screen. Document 8mm. I think my colors look the best. It's pretty cool, Frankenstein. I'm glad a few of you got to watch it. We'll put a little bit of white around the outer edge here. I should have left a little more room to do something around the in the background, but it's all right. I guess I need to make this blue up here. All right. All done, people. What do you think of that? That looks so cool. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. This is just an art project I wanted to do today. Something different, you know, because I'm always doing landscapes and flowers. One of my subs gave me this idea to do Halloween stuff yesterday, so this is one of the ideas I came up with. I want to do Dracula next, and maybe a cool looking ghost. Thank you, Ray. I was thinking about doing modern Frankenstein. You know, it would be more like a cyborg, you know. The old Frankenstein, they dug up the bodies out of the graves and matched the bodies together. Like today in the 21st century, they would mix it with robotics. So I'm surprised they haven't done a modern day Frankenstein like a cyborg. I'm sure they have. I haven't been watching movies lately. Right on. I'm glad you like it. I do a lot of my abstract faces. I don't do them like this. This is more like a comic book. The abstract faces I do more like probably like Picasso style. But this one's done, people. I'm going to take a little lunch and then I'll be back. And I think I'm going to do the next project on. I found these at Michael's in the clearance. It's already got a frame on here. So I'm going to do like a landscape in here. I have one ready right here. I already taped up so I don't get paint on here. I'm going to do like a landscape in there. I gessoed it so I can paint on it. So that's what I'm going to do about 15 minutes. So I'll see you then. If you're a new subscriber, come back in 10 minutes. I'll show you how I do a landscape. Cheers, everybody.